Lie back now and let your body grow heavy against the sheets. Above you, the ceiling softens, fades, opens like mist clearing, and there, quietly, is the night sky. Close your eyes for just a moment, breathe in slowly, and let it go. Tonight, we drift upward together, gently, into the dark. There she is, the moon, round and pale, waiting the way she has waited for you every night of your life. Her light falls soft across your closed eyelids. You feel no weight now, no hurry. Just breathe. Let your shoulders melt into the bed as we begin to rise, slowly, toward her gentle glow. Notice how light you feel. Weightless, the way you feel just before sleep takes you. The blankets fall away like clouds. There is nowhere to be, nothing to hold on to, only this soft, slow floating, lifting you up past your window, past the rooftops, into the waiting dark above. Beneath you now, the lights of your town scatter like dying embers, and then fade into soft blue distance. The air thins to nothing, but you do not need it here. Only your slow breath, in and out, carrying you higher, gentler, calmer, toward the curve of the whole sleeping Earth. And there she is, whole, your Earth, glowing blue and white, wrapped in soft cloud like a child wrapped in a blanket. Somewhere down there, your bed is still warm, but you keep drifting, weightless, unhurried, past her rim, into open space. Your breathing slow and even, matching the calm of the stars. The dark opens wide around you now, soft and endless, scattered with quiet light. This is where our journey truly begins. Outward, gently, through a sleeping universe that has always been part of you. There is no hurry, no destination, only drifting, breathing, and the soft pull of starlight, guiding you on. The moon drifts closer now, so close you could almost reach out and rest your hand against her silver skin. She is quiet, she is old, and she has never once let go of the earth, holding her gently in orbit the way your own hand might hold something precious and small. Her surface is pale and pocked with soft gray seas that were never really seas at all, only ancient plains of cooled stone, dry and calm, older than any dream you have ever had. There is no wind here to disturb her stillness, no sound at all, only a deep, velvet silence, the kind of silence your body has been searching for all day. Let it settle into you now. Feel your breathing slow to match her patience, her stillness, her endless, unhurried orbit. She does not rush. She has circled the Earth for over 4 billion years, and she will circle it long after you are asleep tonight, long after tomorrow, and the night after that. You do not need to understand her, only to feel her calm settle over you like a blanket of soft light. Let your eyelids grow heavy here, in her gentle glow, floating just above her silver seas, weightless, safe, and slow, as we begin to drift onward, past her curve, out toward the warm and distant sun. Turn gently, just for a moment, and look back the way we came. There she is, your Earth, small and blue, and glowing softly against the black, wrapped in thin white cloud like breath on a cold window. Somewhere on her surface, so small you could cover it with a fingertip, is your home, your street, your bed, still warm from where you lay only moments ago. It is strange how peaceful she looks from here, how quiet, how whole. No borders, no noise, only soft blue oceans and gentle swirls of cloud drifting slowly across her face. She turns without hurry, the way you are learning to breathe without hurry, once every 24 hours, patient and steady, day folding into night and back into day. Over and over, the way your own chest rises and falls. You can let her go now. She will be there when you return, still turning gently in the dark, still holding everything you love. For now, just drift. Feel the pull of her memory soften and fade, replaced by the wide, calm quiet of open space around you, and the warm golden light beginning to grow ahead, welcoming you forward, deeper into the sleeping solar system. Ahead of you now, softly growing, is a warm golden light. The sun, our star, vast and glowing. Though from here, at this safe and gentle distance, it feels less like fire and more like warmth on a winter afternoon, the kind that makes your eyelids grow heavy. It has burned quietly for over 4.5 billion years, not through flame as we know it, but through a slow, endless joining of light atoms deep in its core, hydrogen becoming helium, releasing warmth that takes its time, wandering for thousands of years before ever reaching the surface. There is no hurry even in a star. Let that thought settle over you like the golden light itself, soft and diffuse, wrapping around your shoulders. You do not need to look directly at it. Simply feel its glow, distant and warm, painting everything around you in gentle amber and rose. It has always been there, every morning of your life, rising over your window, warming your skin, growing the food that fed you. And tonight, it simply glows quietly in the dark, patient, endless, asking nothing of you, but to rest here a while in its gentle light, before we drift onward, past it, toward the small and quiet worlds that circle it. Closer now, though still at a safe, comfortable distance, you can see soft golden currents moving across the sun's surface, slow rivers of light rising and falling like a great, calm breathing. Astronomers call these granules cells of light no bigger than a country, each one rising and cooling and sinking again in a rhythm that takes only minutes, over and over, endlessly, patiently, the way your own breath rises and falls beneath the blankets. Sometimes soft arcs of light loop up from the surface, glowing threads called prominences, curving gently before falling back into the golden sea below. There is nothing frightening in this. It is simply warmth, simply light, simply the slow work of a star doing what it has always done, quietly, without effort, without hurry. Let its gentle heat rest against your skin one last time, golden and soft, before we turn away and drift onward, past its warm and glowing edge, toward the first small world that circles it. A little gray planet, quiet and still, waiting in the dark for us to pass by and say a gentle hello, before continuing on our slow and weightless journey outward. Below you now drifts Mercury, the smallest and swiftest of the sun's children, a little gray world scarred with soft, round craters, each one a quiet memory of some ancient, gentle collision billions of years ago. It races around the sun faster than any other planet, completing its journey in just 88 days. And yet, despite all that hurry, it turns on its axis so slowly that one single day there lasts longer than its entire year. Let that strange, peaceful contradiction settle into your mind like a lullaby that does not need to make perfect sense. There is no rush here, even in the fastest of worlds. Half of Mercury bakes gently in endless sunlight, while the other half rests in cool, endless shadow. And somewhere along its edge, in the soft gray twilight between the two, temperatures are calm and mild, almost peaceful. Picture yourself drifting slowly along that twilight line, neither too warm nor too cool, simply held there, weightless, comfortable, safe. Mercury has no soft blue sky, no clouds, only silence and stone, and the patient dark. Let your breathing slow further here, in this quiet, ancient place, before we drift onward to the next world, wrapped entirely in soft, pale cloud. Venus rises ahead now, wrapped from pole to pole in soft, pale gold clouds, so thick and calm that her entire surface hides beneath them, like a face beneath a veil. From this gentle distance, she glows warm and soft, almost pearl-like, the brightest of all the planets in your night sky back home, the one you may have mistaken, on quiet evenings, for a bright and steady star. Beneath those soft clouds the world is fierce, but you do not need to think of that now. Only float here, above the veil, and watch the slow, endless swirl of pale gold drifting across her face, calm as fog rolling over a distant hillside. Venus turns so slowly that her day is longer than her year, and she spins backward compared to almost every other world, quietly contrary, patient in her own strange way. There is comfort in worlds that do things differently and still endure, still turn, still shine softly in the dark after billions of years. Let her gentle glow wash over you now, warm and hazy, like candlelight through a curtain, and let your body grow heavier, calmer, as we drift onward, back toward the small, blue world you already know so well, seen now from a different angle, quiet and far away. There is Earth again, smaller now, more distant, a single soft blue point hanging in the endless dark, and yet somehow it still feels like home, still pulls gently at your chest, the way a familiar voice does from another room. From here you cannot see oceans or clouds, only a steady calm point of blue-white light, quietly orbiting, holding within it every person you have ever loved, every bed anyone has ever slept in, every quiet night like this one. Let yourself feel the tenderness of that thought without any hurry to understand it fully. Beside her drifts her small, pale companion, your moon, forever close, forever gentle, the two of them turning slowly together through the dark exactly as they have for billions of years, long before you were born and long after you drift off tonight. There is something deeply calming in being small, in realizing that the entire story of your life fits inside that single soft point of light, and that it continues to turn gently, whether you are awake or asleep. Let that calm wash over you now, warm and quiet, and let your breathing settle even further, slow and even, as we continue outward, past Earth, toward the rust-colored world beyond. Ahead, softly glowing rust red in the starlight, drifts Mars, quiet and still beneath a thin, pale sky. Once, long ago, gentle rivers may have moved slowly across her surface, carving soft valleys that remain today, dry and calm, holding the memory of water the way an old house holds the memory of laughter. Dust drifts lazily across her plains in soft red clouds, and enormous volcanoes rise in the distance, silent now, resting after ages of quiet activity, taller than anything on Earth yet somehow gentle in their stillness. The air here is thin and cold, but you do not need to feel the cold. Only drift above her rust-colored deserts, weightless and warm, watching the pale double moons rise slowly over her horizon, Phobos and Deimos, small and quiet, circling faithfully. There is a soft, low light here, dimmer than home, the golden glow of a sun grown small and distant, and yet still warm enough to paint the sky in gentle shades of butterscotch and rose at dusk. Let your eyes rest on that color now, soft and warm, like the last light before sleep. Mars keeps her secrets patiently, waiting the way all quiet worlds wait, and we drift onward now, past her, into a wide field of slow tumbling stone. Here the dark grows quiet and scattered, filled with slow, tumbling shapes of stone and metal, drifting far apart from one another, each one alone in the vastness, and yet somehow peaceful in that solitude. This is the Asteroid Belt, a wide, calm river of ancient rubble left over from the earliest days of the solar system, pieces of a world that never quite finished forming, content instead to drift gently, unhurried, for billions of years. Despite what you might imagine, there is so much space between each stone that you could drift for hours and barely pass one, silence stretching between them like the pause between breaths. Some are small as pebbles, others large as small moons, tumbling slowly end over end, catching soft starlight on their cratered faces. There is nothing here to fear, only calm, ancient stone, turning quietly in the dark, patient beyond imagining. Let yourself drift among them now, weightless, unhurried, matching their slow tumble with your own slow breathing, in and out, in and out. Some of these stones have never been touched by anything at all since the solar system was young. Let that ancient stillness settle into your bones, heavy and calm, as we continue drifting outward, toward a soft golden glow far ahead, growing larger with every passing moment. Further out, the tumbling stones grow sparse again, and the dark opens wide before you, patient and calm. Somewhere among this quiet field drifts Ceres, the gentle giant of the belt, round and pale, more a small world than a stone, holding perhaps hidden oceans of water beneath her frozen crust, sleeping quietly for eons. There is something soothing in imagining water resting so calmly beneath ice, undisturbed, unhurried, waiting the way sleep waits for you each night. Let your mind rest on that image now, still water beneath a still, frozen surface, patient in the dark. Ahead, a warm golden-orange glow begins to spread wider and wider across your view, banded and soft, like watercolor bleeding gently across wet paper. This is the edge of something vast, something ancient and slow. A giant world we are drifting steadily toward. There is no need to hurry to reach it. Simply let the tumbling stones fall behind you, quiet and small, and let your body grow heavier, softer, as the warm bands of orange and cream grow larger before you, filling the sky slowly, gently, the way sleep fills the mind, wave after gentle wave, until there is nothing left but soft color and calm. Jupiter fills the sky now, immense and calm, wrapped in soft bands of cream, rust and pale gold that drift slowly past one another like great rivers of cloud, never quite touching, never quite still. This is the largest of all the planets, so vast that every other world in the solar system could rest comfortably inside it. And yet from this gentle distance it feels only soft, only vast, only endlessly, slowly turning. Its storms are ancient and enormous, far larger than entire worlds, and yet they move so slowly, so patiently, that watching them feels less like witnessing chaos and more like watching honey pour, thick and unhurried, folding over itself again and again. There is a rhythm here, deep and slow, currents of gas rising and falling in bands that circle the entire planet, each one moving at its own gentle pace, never rushing, never colliding. Let your own breathing find that same slow rhythm now, rising and falling like Jupiter's quiet bands, in and out, unhurried, patient. There is nothing here to startle you, only vast, soft color drifting endlessly in the dark, warm and dreamlike, wrapping around you as we drift closer still, toward the great crimson eye that has watched over this giant world for centuries. There, drifting slowly into view, is the great red spot, a storm larger than the entire Earth, swirling gently for at least 300 years, perhaps far longer, a slow and ancient breath held by the planet itself. From here it looks less like a storm, and more like a soft, warm eye, deep rust red fading to rose at its edges, calm in its endless turning. Around the giant planet drift its many moons, quiet companions circling patiently in the dark. Icy Europa, smooth and pale, hiding perhaps a warm ocean beneath her frozen shell. Volcanic Io, glowing faintly with slow, gentle fires, and great Ganymede, larger even than the planet Mercury, calm and silent in her long, slow orbit. Let yourself drift among them now, weightless, small, surrounded by giants and yet held safely, gently, the way you are always held here in this sleeping universe. There is so much room for stillness among such vastness. Let your shoulders soften further into whatever surface holds you, and let your breathing slow to match the unhurried turning of these ancient moons, as we drift onward now, past Jupiter's warm glow, toward a pale and graceful world wrapped in rings of ice and stone. Saturn drifts into view now, pale gold and gentle, wrapped in wide, soft rings that catch the distant sunlight like threads of silver silk laid delicately around her equator. These rings are made of countless pieces of ice and stone, some as small as snowflakes, others as large as houses, drifting together in slow, patient harmony, never colliding, never hurrying, held in place by gravity's gentle, invisible hand. From this distance, they look almost like something you could reach out and touch, delicate and shimmering, circling the planet in calm, endless bands. Saturn herself is soft and pale, striped faintly in gold and cream, lighter than water, so light that if there were an ocean vast enough, she would simply float. Let that thought rest in your mind now, weightless and soft. A whole world that floats. There is such gentleness in this giant planet, despite her size, a calm, unhurried grace in the way her rings turn slowly around her, catching light, releasing it, catching it again. Let your own body feel that same lightness now, floating, weightless, held gently, unhurried. We will stay here a while longer, drifting quietly among the soft silver rings, before continuing on toward two smaller, colder, quieter worlds, far beyond. Among Saturn's rings and beyond them drift her many moons, each one quiet and strange in its own gentle way. Titan, largest of them, wrapped in a thick orange haze, hides beneath her clouds soft lakes and rivers, not of water, but of liquid methane, cold and still, reflecting a pale distant light. Somewhere far below that orange haze, gentle rain may be falling now, slow and soft, the way rain sometimes falls outside your window on the calmest nights. And tiny Enceladus, small and bright as fresh snow, quietly releases soft plumes of ice from cracks near her southern pole, fine mist rising gently into space before falling back, like slow, silent snowfall over her frozen surface. There is something deeply peaceful in picturing that endless, gentle snow, falling and falling, with no one there to see it but the quiet dark. Let your eyelids grow heavier here, imagining that soft, cold snowfall, drifting slowly, endlessly, the way sleep drifts slowly over you now. We linger a moment longer among Saturn's pale rings and quiet moons, weightless and calm, before drifting further out, toward the tilted pale blue-green world that spins almost on its side. Uranus drifts ahead now, a soft, pale blue-green sphere, calm and quiet, tilted so strangely on her side that she seems to roll along her orbit rather than spin upright like the other worlds. There is something soothing in that difference, in a planet content to be sideways, unhurried by convention, turning gently through the dark in her own strange, patient way. Her color comes from a thin haze of methane high in her atmosphere, soft and pale, filtering the distant sunlight into gentle shades of aquamarine and sea foam, calm as a quiet lagoon glimpse through morning mist. She is cold here, far colder than anywhere we have drifted before. And yet from this safe distance it feels only quiet, only still, wrapped in faint, thin rings almost too pale to see, and moons named for characters from old, gentle stories. Titania, Oberon, Miranda, drifting softly around her in the dark. Let your breathing slow further here, matching the deep stillness of this distant, sideways world. There is no rush to understand her strangeness, only to rest in it, to let her pale blue-green glow wash over you like cool water, calm and soft, as we drift onward now, toward the deepest blue world of all. Far ahead now, glowing a deep and quiet blue, drifts Neptune, the most distant of all the planets, so far from the sun that its golden light reaches her only as a faint, pale glimmer, more memory than warmth. And yet she is beautiful in her solitude, deep sapphire and soft indigo, wrapped in winds faster than any storm on Earth, though from this gentle distance they appear only as slow, soft swirls of darker blue drifting across her face, calm as ink dropped gently into water. Her single large moon, Triton, orbits backward around her, silver and icy, drifting the opposite way to almost every other moon in the solar system, quiet and contrary, patient in her own strange path. There is a profound stillness out here, so far from the warmth of home, and yet it does not feel cold or frightening, only deeply calm, deeply quiet, like the hush of a house late at night when everyone is finally asleep. Let that hush settle over you now, soft and blue, wrapping around your shoulders like a heavy blanket. This is the last of the 8 worlds that circle our sun, and beyond her, the solar system does not simply end. It fades, slowly, gently, into an even quieter dark. Beyond Neptune's soft blue glow, The dark grows wide and scattered with small, icy worlds, drifting slowly in a vast, quiet ring called the Kuiper Belt. Here dwells Pluto, small and pale, wrapped in soft, heart-shaped plains of frozen nitrogen, drifting through the dark in the company of her large, gentle moon Charon, the two of them so evenly matched in size that they circle each other like dancers holding hands, never quite letting go. This is a place of deep cold and deeper quiet, where sunlight arrives so faint that daytime here looks like a soft twilight back home, dim and blue and calm. And yet there is nothing lonely in this stillness. Only countless small icy worlds drifting patiently together, ancient relics from the solar system's earliest, quietest age, untouched for billions of years. Let your body feel that ancient patience now, heavy and slow, sinking further into rest. There is no hurry here, no light bright enough to keep you awake. Only soft twilight and slow, icy drifting, world after quiet world, extending outward further than you can imagine. A vast, calm frontier at the edge of everything familiar, welcoming you gently into the deeper dark beyond. Drifting further among these icy worlds, you pass small, frozen bodies with names like distant, half-remembered dreams. Eris, Make, Haumea, each one small and pale, tumbling slowly through the endless twilight, content in their quiet obscurity. Some of these worlds may hold thin, wispy atmospheres that freeze solid each time they drift far from the sun, falling gently onto their surfaces like frost forming on a cold window pane, only to thaw softly again, slowly, patiently, as they swing nearer once more. There is a rhythm to this too, slow and vast, taking centuries rather than moments, breathing in and out over hundreds of years rather than seconds. Let your own breath slow further, matching that vast, unhurried rhythm now, in for a long, gentle count. And out, slower still. Around you, faint starlight catches on countless small icy surfaces, tiny points of gentle sparkle scattered across the dark like sugar dusted over a still, dark cake. There is such peace in this outer quiet, this soft frontier where the sun is only a bright star among many. We drift onward now, past these icy wanderers, into a space even wider, even calmer, where nothing moves quickly at all. Further out still, so far that the sun behind you has shrunk to little more than a bright, warm star among countless others, we drift into a vast, spherical shell of ancient ice called the Oort Cloud. It surrounds the entire solar system like a slow, soft breath held around something precious, filled with countless icy wanderers, comets sleeping quietly in the dark, waiting, some of them, for millions of years before ever beginning their long, slow fall back toward the warmth of the sun. There is nothing hurried about a comet's life. It may rest here, motionless and cold, for longer than human history has existed, patient beyond anything we can truly imagine, and then begin, ever so slowly, to drift inward, gathering speed only very gradually, over centuries, until one day, far in the future, it grows a soft, glowing tail and becomes briefly a bright visitor in someone's night sky. Let that patience settle into you now, heavy and calm, the sense of something resting quietly for ages before its quiet moment finally comes. You are surrounded here by countless sleeping comets, silent and cold, waiting gently in the dark. And there is such comfort in all of that soft, unhurried waiting. This is the true edge of our solar system, a boundary so vast that light itself, moving faster than anything else in the universe, takes more than a year to cross it. And yet here, at this farthest reach, the sun's gentle gravity still holds these icy wanderers close, the way a hand might rest lightly on a shoulder from far across a room, barely touching, and yet still, somehow, holding on. There is such tenderness in that thought, that even from this unimaginable distance, you are still held, still connected, still part of something that reaches out gently to keep you near. Let your body feel that same gentle holding now, wherever you are resting, blankets settled softly over you, unseen hands of gravity and warmth keeping you safe just as surely as the sun keeps these ancient comets near. Beyond this quiet shell, the true dark begins, wide and open and scattered with distant glowing points of light, each one a sun of its own, far away and patient. Let your breathing slow further still, calm and even, as we drift beyond the edge of everything the sun can gently hold, out into the vast and silent space between the stars. Behind you now, the sun has shrunk to nothing more than a small, warm point of light, one star among countless others scattered across the deep, quiet dark. And yet somewhere, a single beam of that same sunlight is still traveling, slow and patient, the way it always has, taking its own quiet journey outward long after leaving the sun's warm surface. Light itself does not hurry the way we imagine. It simply moves, steadily, endlessly, at its own vast and unchanging pace, carrying warmth across unimaginable distances without ever growing tired. Some of that light will drift for years, decades, centuries, passing through empty space so vast and quiet that it may never touch anything at all, simply traveling on and on into the dark, a lonely, patient traveler with nowhere it needs to be. Let yourself imagine that gentle, endless journey now, warm light moving slowly through cold, silent space, in no hurry, expecting nothing, simply drifting outward the way your own thoughts might drift as sleep begins to settle over you. There is something so soothing in that quiet perseverance, that soft, undemanding patience. Let it carry you further now, out past the reach of any single star, into the deep, star-lit dark, where countless other suns wait quietly, glowing softly in the distance. Ahead, scattered gently across the dark like grains of soft light, drift the nearest stars to our own sun, each one glowing quietly in its own small corner of this vast, calm dark. Closest of all is a trio of stars called Alpha Centauri, two of them warm and golden like a pair of quiet, close companions circling one another slowly, and a third, small and dim, drifting further out, patient and faint, glowing softly red in the endless night. Light from these stars takes more than 4 years to reach the eyes of anyone looking up from Earth, meaning the gentle glow you might see tonight, if you were still lying beneath your own window, left its star long before this very evening began. There is something dreamlike in that thought, that starlight is always, in a way, a message from the past, arriving softly, gently, long after it was first sent. Let that thought settle over you now, warm and slow, the way an old memory settles softly into the mind just before sleep. We drift quietly among these near and distant lights, weightless and calm, feeling the vastness around us not as something frightening, but as something soft, dim, and endlessly patient, welcoming us further into the deep, starlit dark. Further among the stars, you pass quiet red suns, small and dim, glowing softly for trillions of years, far longer than stars like our own sun ever will. Patient beyond imagining, burning their fuel so slowly and so gently that they will likely still be glowing long after every other kind of star has faded into darkness. There is such calm in that slow, careful burning, a reminder that things do not need to shine brightly to endure, that soft and steady can outlast bright and quick. Nearby drift other stars too, blue and brilliant, burning fast and fierce, living only a few million years before fading, and yet even they, in this moment, simply hang quietly in the dark, patient for now, glowing softly like distant candles left burning in countless, quiet windows. Let your mind rest on all these different lights now, some slow, some quick, some warm, some cool, each one simply doing what it was always meant to do, without hurry, without doubt. You do not need to visit each one. Simply let their soft, scattered glow wash over you, calm and dim, as we drift onward, deeper into the dark, towards soft clouds of glowing color where new stars are quietly, gently being born. Ahead now, the dark begins to soften into color, soft clouds of rose and gold and pale violet drifting slowly across the sky like watercolor spreading gently through water. This is a nebula, a vast, quiet cloud of gas and dust, so wide that light itself takes years to cross it, and yet it drifts so slowly, so calmly, that from here it feels almost still, almost like a held breath suspended gently in the dark. These soft clouds are lit from within by young, warm stars, their light scattering through the dust in gentle washes of pink and amber, the colors of a sunset that never quite fades. There is such tenderness in this place, a nursery of sorts, quiet and vast, cradling within its soft folds the beginnings of stars not yet born. Let your body feel that same gentle cradling now, wrapped in whatever soft blankets hold you, warm and safe. The way this glowing cloud holds its quiet, forming stars. We drift slowly into its outer edges now, weightless, calm, surrounded by soft color on every side, rose fading into gold, gold fading into deep, quiet violet, each shade blending softly into the next, the way your own thoughts are beginning to blend now, softly, gently, into sleep. Deeper within the glowing cloud, delicate pillars of dust rise like soft, slow smoke, columns of gas many times taller than our entire solar system, and yet from here they appear gentle, almost fragile, glowing faintly at their edges where starlight touches them softly. Astronomers have given some of these places gentle names, pillars and towers and quiet nurseries, as if even in their scientific language there is an understanding that these places deserve softness, deserve calm. Within these towers, unseen, tiny points of gathering matter are slowly, slowly beginning to warm, pulling inward on themselves so gradually that the process takes hundreds of thousands of years, patient beyond anything quick or hurried. There is something so soothing in a process that takes that long, that asks for nothing but time, drifting quietly toward its own soft becoming. Let yourself feel that same patience now. No need to rush toward sleep, simply drifting gently toward it the way these soft clouds drift toward starlight, unhurried, calm, certain. We linger here a while longer, wrapped in rose and gold and violet, before drifting further inward, toward the very heart of this glowing nursery where the newest, youngest stars are just beginning to glow. At the heart of the glowing cloud, soft points of new light flicker gently into being. Faint at first, then slowly warmer, slowly brighter. The way a candle catches gradually, rather than all at once. These are the youngest stars in this quiet corner of the universe, still wrapped in soft cocoons of dust, still gathering warmth, still finding their own gentle rhythm the way a newborn finds its breath. Around them, gentle winds of starlight begin to push the surrounding clouds slowly outward, carving soft shapes into the dust, gradual and unhurried, over tens of thousands of years. There is no rush in the birth of a star, only patience, warmth, and time, layer after gentle layer settling into place. Let your own body settle further now, heavier, softer, into whatever surface holds you. The way this newborn light settles slowly into its own quiet glow. We have drifted far from home now, past worlds and belts and clouds of ice, into the warm heart of a stellar nursery, and still there is nowhere to rush to, nothing left undone. Only this slow, soft drifting onward, deeper into the story of how stars are born, how they live, and how gently, in their own time, they change. Consider for a moment how every star you have ever wished upon began exactly this way, as a quiet gathering of dust and gas, patient and slow, warming gradually over hundreds of thousands of years until, one day, so gently that there is no single dramatic moment, it simply begins to shine. There is no rush to that becoming, no hurried spark, only a long, soft accumulation of warmth, layer over layer. The same way rest gathers slowly over your body now, softening your limbs, quieting your thoughts, one gentle layer at a time. Around these newborn stars, soft disks of leftover dust may spin slowly, and within them, smaller worlds may begin their own quiet formation. tiny planets clumping gently together over millions of years, patient beyond anything human time can easily hold. Somewhere, right now, in some other quiet corner of this vast universe, a star very much like our own sun may be forming in exactly this unhurried way. Let that thought comfort you, the knowledge that creation itself never rushes, that even stars take their gentle time. Rest here a while longer among the newborn light, weightless and warm, before we drift onward, toward stars further along in their long, calm lives. Drifting away from the glowing nursery now, you pass young stars still surrounded by faint rings of dust, some already beginning to clear their soft, hazy neighborhoods, settling slowly into the long, steady middle of their lives. There is a quiet comfort in watching something so young already finding its calm, its rhythm, its place among the vast and patient dark. Further on, older stars glow with a steadier, more settled light, having long since found their own gentle balance between the pull of their own gravity and the soft, outward push of their own warmth. A balance that, once found, can hold steady for billions of years without needing to change at all. Let your own body feel that same settled balance now, no longer needing to adjust or shift, simply resting, steady and warm, the way a mature star rests in its long, calm middle age. There is nothing more for these stars to do right now, but glow softly, patiently, for ages longer than any single lifetime could measure. We drift quietly among them, weightless and calm, watching their steady light flicker softly through the dark, before continuing onward to see what gently, eventually, happens when even a star's long life begins to change. A star like our own sun lives a long, unhurried life, spending most of its many billions of years in quiet, steady balance, glowing softly and evenly, asking nothing more of itself than to simply continue. There is such wisdom in that simplicity, in a thing that does not need drama or change to matter, that simply shines, gently and reliably, for longer than we can easily imagine, warming whatever small worlds happen to circle it. Let your own breathing settle into that same steady rhythm now, slow and even, needing nothing more than itself, in and out, patient and unhurried. Eventually, though, even the most patient star begins to shift, ever so slowly, its core gradually changing as its fuel is gradually spent over eons. This change does not happen suddenly, not in a single moment, but drifts forward gradually, gently, the way evening settles slowly into night, one soft shade at a time. There is no fear needed here, only a soft acceptance of the way all things, even stars, move gently through their own long, unhurried stages. We drift closer now to a star further along in its life, one beginning its own slow, graceful transformation, glowing larger, softer, redder in the quiet dark. Ahead, a great star glows soft and red, swollen far larger than it once was, gentle and warm despite its enormous size, having entered what astronomers call, quite tenderly, its giant phase. Its outer layers have expanded slowly outward over many thousands of years, cooling gently as they spread, turning from bright, white gold to a deep, soft ember red, like the last warm coals of a fire settling comfortably for the night. There is nothing violent in this change, only a long, slow loosening, a gentle release. Layers of light drifting outward the way tension drifts slowly out of your own body as sleep begins to take hold. This star may swallow gently, over time, the small worlds that once circled close to it, not with any anger, but simply as part of its own slow, natural unfolding, the way autumn leaves let go of their branches without struggle. Let your own body feel that same gentle letting go now, muscle by muscle, softening completely, releasing any last small tension you may still be holding. There is such peace in this stage of a star's life, warm and red and unhurried, glowing softly in the dark as it moves gently toward its own final, gentle transformation. In time, gently and without violence in the way we imagine, This great red star will begin to let go entirely, its soft outer layers drifting slowly outward into space, forming a delicate, glowing shell of gas and light called, so tenderly, a planetary nebula, even though it has nothing to do with planets at all. Picture soft rings and shells of color: pale blue, gentle green, warm rose, drifting outward in slow, expanding waves, lit softly from within by the small, dense, glowing ember that remains at the center, cooling now, quiet now, settled now into its final gentle form. There is such beauty in this ending, if we can even call it an ending. More a slow unfolding, a soft exhale held for a lifetime, and finally, gently, released. The remaining ember, called a white dwarf, will simply cool for billions of years, glowing fainter and fainter, patient even in its fading, needing nothing more, asking nothing more, simply resting quietly in the dark. Let your own body release any final held tension now, exhaling slowly and completely, the way this star releases its own soft, glowing layers into the surrounding dark. We drift gently through this glowing shell, weightless and warm, before continuing onward to see where all that soft, released light eventually goes. Whoa, some stars, larger and more restless than our own gentle sun, end their long lives in a different way, gathering themselves inward for just a moment before releasing everything they have in one soft, brilliant burst of light called a supernova. Though the word may sound sudden from this safe and gentle distance, drifting quietly through the dark, it looks almost like a single, slow, silent bloom of light, blossoming outward gently across the sky before fading, over months, back into darkness. Within that soft burst of light, something remarkable and tender happens. New elements are quietly forged. Heavier atoms form gently in that brief, intense warmth, scattered outward afterward into the surrounding dark like seeds carried on a gentle wind. There is no need to think of this as an ending at all, only a scattering, a soft release of material that will drift quietly through space for ages, patient and unhurried, until one day, gently, it becomes part of something new. Let your body feel light here, scattered softly like that gentle stardust, held together only loosely, ready to drift wherever warmth and time might carry it. We follow that scattered light now, slowly, gently, toward a truth that has been waiting patiently to be told. Here is a soft, quiet truth, one worth resting on for a long moment before sleep finally takes you completely. Every atom in your body, every particle that makes up your hands, your breath, your beating heart, was once forged inside a star very much like the ones we have drifted past tonight. The calcium resting quietly in your bones, the iron carried gently in your blood, the oxygen you breathe in slowly now and let go of just as slowly. All of it was made in the warm, patient heart of some ancient star, scattered outward gently in its own quiet ending, drifting through space for millions or even billions of years before finally, softly, becoming part of the Earth, and then, much later, part of you. You are not separate from this vast, sleeping universe. You are made from it, quite literally, gently, atom by atom. Let that thought settle over you now like warm starlight, soft and comforting, the knowledge that you carry within you the same patient, ancient material as every star we have passed tonight. There is nothing to fear in that thought, only a deep, quiet belonging. You have always been part of this vast dark, drifting gently within it, made of the very same soft, scattered stardust. Picture it now, softly, without any need to fully understand the science of it. A slow river of stardust drifting through space for ages, gently gathering, gently cooling, gently becoming part of a cloud that would one day form our sun, and the small warm world circling it. That same dust became rock, became ocean, became soft green leaves and quiet forests. And eventually, gently, patiently, it became you, exactly as you are now, resting somewhere warm and safe, breathing slowly in the dark. There is such comfort in belonging to something this old, this vast, this patient. You did not arrive from nowhere. You are the universe, quietly folded into a shape that can rest, that can dream, that can breathe slowly in and out beneath soft blankets on a quiet night like this one. Let your whole body feel that gentle belonging now, heavy and warm, held not just by your bed, but by billions of years of soft, patient stardust settling slowly into place to make you exactly who you are. We drift outward now, one last time, to see the full, vast shape of the galaxy that has held our small, warm corner of space so gently, for so very long. Rising now, slowly, gently, above the scattered stars we have drifted among, you begin to see the vast, soft shape of our galaxy stretching out around you, a great, glowing river of countless stars called the Milky Way, curved into soft, spiral arms that drift slowly around a distant, quiet center. From here, it looks less like a structure and more like a long exhale of light, pale and hazy, scattered with warm points of gold and cool points of blue. Hundreds of billions of stars, each one glowing softly in its own small corner of this enormous, calm spiral. Our own sun drifts quietly along one of these gentle arms, far from the busy center, in a calm, quiet suburb of the galaxy, unhurried and safe. There is such peace in being tucked into a quiet corner of something so vast, the way you might tuck yourself gently into the corner of a large warm bed. Let that same peace settle over you now, small and safe within something enormous and calm. It takes our sun over 200 million years to complete one slow, gentle orbit around the galaxy's center, an unhurried journey so long that dinosaurs once walked the Earth during a single one of its turns. Drifting closer to the soft, glowing band of our galaxy, you can see how it folds gently into wide spiral arms, each one filled with countless stars, some young and blue and brilliant, others old and red and calm, all of them turning together slowly, patiently, around a shared and distant center. Between the stars drift soft clouds of dust and gas, dark in places, glowing gently in others, giving the whole galaxy a hazy, dreamlike texture, like a photograph slightly softened at the edges. There is no rush anywhere in this vast structure. Only a slow, patient turning that has continued for over 13 billion years, and will continue quietly for billions more. Let your own thoughts drift now the way these soft spiral arms drift, unhurried, circling gently, returning always to a calm and steady center. Somewhere within one of these gentle arms is your sun, your earth, your home, your bed, tiny and warm and safe, held gently within this vast, slow-turning galaxy, the way a single soft thread is held within a much larger, quiet tapestry. We drift a little further now, rising gently above the galaxy entirely, to see just how many more such tapestries drift quietly through the endless dark beyond. Rising slowly above the soft, glowing disk of our galaxy, you can now see its whole gentle shape at once, a wide, flattened spiral drifting quietly through the dark, its edges fading softly into faint, scattered light. At its center glows a warm, dense core, older stars gathered closely together, glowing amber and gold, calm and ancient, holding the whole spiral gently together the way a hand might hold a great, slow-turning wheel. From up here, the galaxy looks almost impossibly delicate, a soft pinwheel of light suspended in the endless quiet. And yet it holds within it hundreds of billions of stars and countless worlds, some perhaps holding their own small warm beds, their own quiet nights like this one. Let yourself feel small here, gently, comfortably small, the way you feel just before sleep, when the weight of the day finally lifts away. There is nothing you need to hold on to at this scale, only softness, only light, only the slow, patient turning of something impossibly vast and calm. And yet, even this galaxy, entire and glowing, is only one among countless others, scattered gently through the dark, like dust caught in a soft beam of light, waiting quietly for us to drift onward and see them too. Beyond our own galaxy, The dark opens even wider, scattered gently with countless other galaxies, each one its own soft spiral or gentle oval of light, drifting slowly through the vast quiet like dust motes caught in warm afternoon sunlight through a window. There are more galaxies out here than there are grains of sand on every beach on Earth. And yet, from this soft, floating distance, they do not feel overwhelming at all. Only calm, only vast, only endlessly, gently numerous. Each one holds its own hundreds of billions of stars, its own quiet stories, its own slow, patient turning through time. Let your mind rest gently on that vastness now, not trying to hold all of it at once, simply letting it wash over you the way moonlight washes softly over a dark room, present and calm and impossible to fully grasp, and needing not to be grasped at all. There is such relief in surrendering to something this large, in realizing you do not need to understand it, only to rest quietly within it. We drift slowly among these distant galaxies now, weightless and small, watching their soft light scatter gently across the endless dark, drifting further and further from home, and yet, somehow, feeling only calmer with every passing moment. Some of these distant galaxies drift alone, quiet and solitary in the vast dark, while others gather gently together in soft clusters, hundreds or even thousands of them held loosely close by gravity's patient, invisible pull, like a slow gathering of quiet friends drifting near one another without needing to speak. Occasionally, over unimaginable spans of time, two galaxies may drift close enough to merge, their soft spiral arms passing gently through one another, stars rarely colliding at all, simply drifting past each other in the wide open spaces between, before settling slowly into a single, larger, calmer shape. There is nothing violent in this merging, despite how dramatic it might sound, only a long, slow blending, gentle as two rivers meeting and becoming one wider, calmer stream. Let your own thoughts blend gently now, the edges of the day softening, merging quietly into rest, calm currents joining calm currents. Some of the light reaching you now from these distant galaxies began its journey millions, even billions of years ago, meaning you are, in this very moment, gently looking backward through time itself, glimpsing galaxies as they once were, long before you existed. Let that soft, dreamlike truth carry you further now, deeper into the calm, endless dark. Consider gently just how vast this all truly is. Light from the most distant galaxies you can see has been traveling, slow and patient, for over 13 billion years, meaning the universe itself has been quietly here, expanding softly outward in every direction, for longer than almost anything can measure. And yet, despite that unimaginable scale, everything drifts calmly, unhurried, expanding gently, the way a soft breath expands a chest, slow and natural, without strain, without effort. There is no need to hold on to any of these numbers too tightly. Simply let them drift past you like soft clouds, present but weightless, vast but calm. You are a small, warm, breathing part of this enormous unfolding, resting gently within it, exactly as you are meant to. Let your body sink further now into whatever holds you, heavier, softer, safer. The way a single star settles gently into its place within a much larger galaxy. We drift onward now, past these countless scattered galaxies, toward quiet, hidden places at their very hearts, places of deep stillness that have earned, gently and without any real menace, a reputation for mystery. The calm, sleeping black holes that rest at the center of nearly every galaxy we have passed. At the heart of most galaxies, including our own gentle Milky Way, rests something vast and quiet, a place where gravity has folded so deeply inward upon itself that it forms what we call a black hole, though the name sounds far more frightening than the calm reality drifting softly before you now. From this safe distance, it appears simply as a soft, dark stillness, a place where light bends gently around its edges, curving in soft arcs like water, flowing calmly around a smooth, round stone. Most of the time, these vast, quiet giants simply rest, sleeping at the center of their galaxies for millions of years, without stirring, patient beyond anything else we have encountered tonight, needing nothing, disturbing nothing, simply holding their galaxy gently together with quiet, steady gravity. Let your own body rest just as deeply now, still and quiet, needing nothing, disturbing nothing, simply held gently in place. There is a strange deep peace in picturing something this powerful choosing, for ages at a time, simply to rest. Even the most immense forces in this vast universe find long, quiet stretches of stillness, of sleep, of calm, unbroken rest. And so gently can you. And around this quiet sleeping giant, stars continue their own slow orbits, drifting gently through the dark exactly as planets circle a sun, patient and unhurried, held safely in place by gravity's calm, invisible hand. There is nothing to fear in their closeness, only a slow, graceful dance that has continued for millions of years and will continue for millions more. Stars sweeping in soft, wide arcs around a center that asks nothing of them but their own gentle, patient orbit. From here, the whole scene looks almost peaceful, dreamlike. A slow spiral of soft light circling a place of deep, quiet stillness, calm at the very center of so much vast movement. Let your own mind settle into that same stillness now, quiet at your own center, while everything else softens and slows around you. This deep, sleeping quiet rests at the heart of nearly every galaxy we have drifted past tonight, hundreds of billions of them, each one holding its own small, patient stillness at its core, anchoring its own soft spiral of stars. We drift gently away now, rising higher still, to see how all these galaxies, and all their quiet, sleeping hearts, are woven together into something even larger, softer, and calmer than we have yet seen. Rising higher now, above even the galaxies themselves, you begin to see something vast and delicate stretching through the dark. Soft, glowing filaments of galaxies strung together like threads of gentle light, forming what astronomers call, quite tenderly, the cosmic web. Galaxies gather along these soft threads in long, curving strands, with wide, quiet, empty spaces drifting between them, vast and calm, like the soft gaps between strands of a spider's web, catching morning dew. From this height, the entire universe looks almost like lace, delicate and patient, woven slowly over billions of years by gravity's calm, unhurried hand, pulling matter gently together along soft, curving lines. There is such peace in seeing structure this vast, knowing that even the whole universe, in all its unimaginable size, has its own gentle pattern, its own soft, woven order. Let your own breathing settle into that same soft pattern now, slow and rhythmic, part of something larger and calmer than yourself. We drift gently along one of these soft filaments now, passing cluster after quiet cluster of distant galaxies, each one glowing faintly, each one held gently in place within this vast, patient cosmic lace. Between these glowing threads of galaxies stretch enormous, quiet voids, vast empty spaces so wide that light takes hundreds of millions of years to cross them, holding almost nothing at all, only soft, patient darkness, calm and undisturbed. There is something deeply restful in picturing such enormous emptiness, space simply allowed to be still, to be quiet, without needing to be filled. Let your own mind rest in a similar stillness now, allowing empty, quiet space between your thoughts. No need to fill every moment, no need to hold on to anything at all. The universe itself does not fill every corner of itself with light and motion. It allows for vast, calm rest between its gentle threads of galaxies. And so, tonight, can you. This entire cosmic web, threads and voids together, has been slowly forming for over 13 billion years. Gravity patiently pulling matter along soft curving lines, drawing galaxies gently toward one another across unimaginable distances, unhurried, calm, certain. We drift quietly now along the edge of this vast structure, weightless and still, feeling smaller than ever before, and yet, somehow, more held than ever before, cradled gently within this soft, patient, cosmic lace as we begin, at last, to turn quietly back toward home. It is time now, gently, unhurriedly, to begin drifting back the way we came. Back through the soft, cosmic threads, back past the sleeping black holes and the countless scattered galaxies, back toward the warm, familiar spiral of our own Milky Way. There is no rush in this return, only a slow, easy drifting, the way your own body settles gently back into stillness after a long, deep breath. Behind you, the vast cosmic web fades softly into the dark, and ahead, our own galaxy begins to glow warmer, more familiar, its gentle spiral arms welcoming you back the way a familiar street welcomes you home after a long journey. Let your whole body feel lighter now, softer, more relaxed with every passing moment, sinking further into whatever holds you as we drift steadily inward, past distant clusters, past soft, glowing threads of light, back toward the warm, quiet corner of the universe where a small yellow star waits patiently, circled by small, familiar worlds, one of them blue and green and gently turning, holding within it everything you have ever known. Let that gentle pull guide you now, warm and familiar, as we drift steadily homeward through the calm and endless dark. Our galaxy grows larger now, warmer, more familiar, its soft spiral arms wrapping gently around you as you drift back inward, past countless quiet stars, some young and blue, some old and red, all of them glowing softly in the dark exactly as they were when we first passed by. There is such comfort in returning to something familiar, in recognizing the same gentle curve of light, the same warm, hazy band stretching across the sky. Somewhere ahead, tucked safely within one of these soft spiral arms, our small, patient sun continues its own slow orbit, exactly where we left it, glowing softly, warmly, unchanged. Let your body feel that same warm recognition now, the comfort of returning to what is familiar, safe, and known. We drift gently past the outer stars of our galaxy, weightless and calm, feeling the vast quiet of the cosmic web fade slowly behind us, replaced by the softer, closer, warmer light of home, drawing nearer with every passing, unhurried moment, welcoming you back gently into the quiet corner of the universe where everything you love has always gently, patiently waited. Let that sense of coming home settle deeper into you now, heavy and warm, unhurried and complete. Passing once more through the scattered stars near our own sun, you drift gently by the same quiet red suns, the same warm golden companions, the same soft nebula glowing rose and gold in the distance, each one exactly as patient, as calm, as unhurried as when we first drifted past. There is such peace in this repetition, in returning through the same soft, familiar path, the way a lullaby returns gently to its same soft melody. Ahead now, small and warm, glows our own sun, welcoming you back after this long, gentle journey outward, patient as ever, unchanged, waiting exactly where you left it. Let your whole body soften further now, heavier, warmer, more at ease with every passing moment, as we drift steadily inward past the icy quiet of the Oort Cloud, past the scattered worlds of the Kuiper Belt, past pale Neptune and deep blue rings, past golden Saturn and vast calm Jupiter, each one glowing softly as we pass, gentle markers guiding you steadily homeward through the dark, closer now, warmer now, softer now, toward the small blue world that has been waiting patiently for you this entire time. And there she is at last, small and blue and glowing gently in the dark, wrapped in soft, familiar cloud, exactly as she was when we first left her. Your Earth, patient and quiet, still turning gently, still holding everything and everyone you love within her soft blue glow. Let your whole body feel that gentle homecoming now, warm and complete, The way you feel returning to your own bed after a long day. Safe. Familiar. Held. We drift closer now, past her quiet moon, down through soft white clouds, gentle and slow, the way falling snow drifts softly downward with no need to hurry. Below you, the lights of your own town begin to glow warmly again. Familiar streets, familiar rooftops, all of it exactly as you left it, waiting patiently in the quiet dark. There is such comfort in this return, in knowing that no matter how far we drifted tonight, how many stars, how many galaxies, how much vast and patient dark, home was always here, waiting gently, warmly, for you to come back to it, exactly as it always is. Let that quiet certainty settle over you now, soft and warm, the comfort of a promise gently kept, safe and unbroken through every mile of dark we crossed tonight. Gently now, drift down through your own quiet window, back into the soft, familiar dark of your own room, where the blankets still rest exactly as you left them, warm and waiting. Your body settles now, completely, into the same soft bed we rose from at the very beginning of this journey, heavier now, calmer now, wrapped entirely in warmth and stillness. Somewhere far above you, through your ceiling, through the soft clouds, through the quiet dark of space, everything we visited tonight continues exactly as it always has. The moon still glowing, the planets still turning, the distant stars still burning softly, the galaxies still drifting slowly along their soft, cosmic threads. You do not need to hold on to any of it now. Simply let it rest quietly above you, patient and calm, while your own breathing slows further, deeper, softer, matching the vast, unhurried rhythm of everything we have seen tonight. You are made of stardust, held gently by gravity, resting now within a universe that has always, patiently, gently, held you close. Let your eyes grow heavy. Let your whole body soften completely into the bed beneath you. There is nowhere else you need to be now. Nothing left to do. Nothing left to understand. The whole universe continues quietly above you, turning gently, drifting slowly, exactly as patient and unhurried as it has always been. And you are safely here, held, warm, and complete. Let your breathing settle into its own slow, natural rhythm, in and out. Heavier with every gentle breath. The stars will keep shining softly whether you are awake to see them or not. The galaxies will keep turning slowly, patient and calm, all through this night and every night after. You do not need to hold on to anything at all. Simply let go, gently, completely, the way starlight lets go of a dying star, the way a soft cloud lets go of falling snow. You are held. You are safe. You are exactly where you are meant to be, wrapped in warmth, wrapped in quiet, wrapped in the same soft dark that holds every star we have visited tonight. Close your eyes now, fully, gently. Let sleep come the way morning light comes, slowly, softly, without any hurry at all. Good night, dear one. Sleep well and rest completely, held by a universe that will always, gently, keep you close.